Welcome everyone to the 24th episode of Popular Polls. I'm Alex, your host of this weekly show where we get to talk about your answers to a question which I set. Thanks to everyone who answered last week's question, which was a choose what you like best kind of questions, where you had to choose between a e-scooter, kind of the sit-on type, a e-scooter kind of the Lime, like an e-scooter like the Lime ones where you stand on, a Twizy-like electric quad thing, and well, these are all kind of out there, right? And an e-bike. Now we had 16 answers, and look at that. The e-scooter, the sit-on type, actually won. I don't know. I think I wouldn't have bet on that. Maybe actually the e-bike, in my opinion, would have won. I mean, they're all pretty close. They're only, offset by one vote, which is 6-5 to 4. But still, it's interesting to see that. I mean, obviously, I think the e-scooter's concept is so simple. Like, scooters in general, like the Vespas, the gas-powered ones, they're all proven... Oh, gosh. They've all proven themselves to be really great city cruisers and be, a useful method to transport a person from point A to point B within a city. And since their range is kind of, you're usually driving them within the city, you don't need that much range. And I think the electric part of this makes so much sense. Like, they should all be electric because, honestly, the ones that are non-electric, they're super loud a lot of the times. They're obnoxiously loud. They're really annoying a lot of the times. Not all, but most of them. Anyway, and then we have the Twizy-like, and I don't know. I mean, I love my Twizy, but it's still like big enough to where it can't just zip along every traffic jam, zip past every traffic. I guess I'm saying what I'm trying to say here. Like, an e-bike definitely can go past a traffic jam, and then a e-scooter, you can kind of do it. I mean, taking your risks, but you can still kind of do it. But that got placed too. And then, third one is the e-bike, like the Van Moof one, which I got. I mean, I love my Van Moof. Honestly, it's such a great bike. And I love riding it to work in the morning because it gives me some workout. You get some fresh air, and I don't know. It's really cool. And then the e-scooters, like the Lime ones, they're like dead last. Only one person voted for them. And I know one coworker of mine, she's looking into buying one of these to commute to work. And I think it's really good if they're so portable, you can just take them in one hand, get on the subway with them, and then, drive and have like this as a last mile transport solution. So, I don't know. I think they have their place in this world. Anyway, let's get into one comment, which I received from .dear. Thank you for the comment, by the way. From my side, I would choose the electric bike, but I would also take for longer distances a bike like the Velomobile? I don't know. That's a recumbent bicycle with an aerodynamic roof, and they can go very fast only with the power of your muscles. I looked this up, and if you Google Velomobile and put it into like Wikipedia, or click the Wikipedia link, there are some really cool looking futuristic kind of teardrop shaped bike like things where you sit inside the structure and then, drive faster. And I agree, this is a really cool thing. The only part where I would say this isn't ideal for this world is that I don't think we have the right infrastructure to support this. Because I wouldn't feel comfortable driving this on the Autobahn. I mean, I'm kind of out there with my Twizy, but the Autobahn with a Velomobile type thing, I don't know. I would love if there's like a wider-ish sidewalk next to the Autobahn where you can drive these kinds of form of new transport for whoever wants to drive them. So I think this is a cool comment. Thanks for pointing this out. And there were some other comments. Some of them just said nice, which I like. Thanks. But I don't think the other ones were all too relevant. There was one about a magazine article, but I didn't have the magazine handy, so I couldn't really look it up. So that's that. All right, let's get into our new question. And Tesla released their Q2 delivery and production numbers. And let me say congrats to the entire team of Tesla. Obviously, I'm a huge fan. They have their car and stuff. So I just love to see that they're being so successful in their mission of, basically accelerating the transition to sustainable transport within this world. Just amazing. And I for myself, I'm like, sure, they're leading kind of the revolution here, right? They are forcing other automakers to go into the EV space as well, and they're they have basically proven, they have made cars, electric cars, sexy, right? They have proven that it's cool to ride an electric car, that they are better in a lot of ways than internal combustion engines all along. So, yeah. This week I'm interested in your opinion on what's driving the change in the EV industry or EV world, right? Let me repeat this. What's driving change in the EV world? I'll give you a couple of answers and examples in a minute here. But first of all, to answer, please click the pop-up link, which will pop up in the top right-hand corner of your screen right now. And here we go from our answer choices that you got. The first one is innovation. This is like, I don't know, for me it's probably the biggest driver. It's companies like Tesla, like, I don't know, even Lucid Motors, like Sono Motors. Like, there are so many cool companies in this world. But Tesla, obviously, I'd say biggest one here. They're driving innovation by just making awesome products, pushing the boundaries in battery technology and drivetrain technology. They're just doing such a great job. And I personally believe this is driving change the most, seeing that there's something out there. However, another one, that's number 2, could also be legislation. Is it new laws? Is it the incentives that you get when buying an electric car? Is that what's driving the change? Are you arguing that no one would buy these cars if it wouldn't be for legislation, or, you know, they wouldn't have been produced in the first place if it weren't for some legislation that's in place that's, you know, kind of pushing the change and driving the change? Out of what kind of reason or rationale behind this anyway? Is it to get reelected in an upcoming, I don't know, presidential campaign? I don't know, like, what is it that's driving this legislation? I want to take out of the picture here, but is it innovation, is it legislation, or, for example, is it popular demand, right? Because of climate change, people realizing that electric cars are more fun to drive and they're not polluting our cities as much. Is that something where people are just like, it makes click in their head and they're like, oh, this makes so much sense. Like, they're quiet, they're awesome, I should be driving them. Like, is that what's driving change? Because you could argue that Tesla wouldn't sell any cars if there would be no demand for them. On the other hand, maybe there wouldn't be any demand for them if Tesla wouldn't be so innovative. So, whatever it is. Or the last one, is it money? Is it capitalism? Is it just the EVs are the current best opportunity for car makers to make money, and therefore they're investing in the space, and they're like, we don't really care about all this other stuff that EVs have going for them. We just want to make money, and if it's not the diesel anymore, if it's an EV, fine by us, we'll just go with it. Is that what's driving the change? If your idea what's driving change in the EV world is not on my list of possibilities, please feel free to drop me a comment down in the comment section below, and then I'll obviously read it out in the next episode and put it in wherever fitting. I'm super excited because I think this is such an important topic, because I feel like up to this point, maybe it was even innovation. Maybe that's where Tesla was driving this whole change with their innovative products, but maybe going forward, you could argue that it's not innovation anymore. It's maybe legislations, because the first countries have banned the sale of internal combustion engines going forward from 2025, I think is the first one. I don't know, you know, but in a couple of years, that this is driving the change more than anything else. Just interested in your opinions here and your ideas on what's driving change the most. Again, super excited. We'll have these answers next week. Make sure to subscribe to not miss any episodes, and I'll see you in one of my next videos. Honestly, if you haven't checked out the rest of my channel, most of those videos are in German. There are a couple of ones, some older ones, some newer ones that are in English. But if you haven't checked it out, just feel free to check out some of my other videos. But I'll definitely see you in some of my next videos, hopefully. Take care and bye-bye.